Meenakshi, and as you know, I'm there on Unacademy Plus. I've been teaching for a very long time for the CAT exam, more than 18 years now, and so there are many nuances when it comes to preparation for the exam. Now, when we talk about the preparation for the exam, there is one thing that has to be kept in mind, which is reading and vocabulary, and a little bit of grammar. So today I'm doing a chapter which is important both in the context of vocabulary and grammar, and something which is very common but we make errors, and those are called as phrasal verbs. But before we start our phrasal verbs for today and understand what they are, I would like to quickly just tell you to subscribe to the Unacademy CAT-alyst, that is the YouTube program, and hit the like, share, and subscribe button so that you get live updates of what is happening, right? And then there are a lot of special classes on Unacademy which are for free. So you can just use my promo code mus.yt for the paid courses on the plus courses that are being held, and the special classes you can just take them for free. So like yesterday I took a quiz on what's the good word quiz, which I took yesterday, and next month also I'll be taking a lot of free sessions on Unacademy. So you can just come to my home page and subscribe to me. Just hit the follow button on the home page of my page. You can just type Meenakshi Upadhyay Unacademy CAT and you will get my thing. And for the plus courses, the paid courses, you can also subscribe, and to get a good discount, a 10% discount, you can use the promo code that I have, mus.yt, and this promo code will be valid for any plus course that you might be taking. All right. So these were some important announcements that had to be made, and now let us move on to our topic for today, which is phrasal verbs. So first and foremost, let us look at what are phrasal verbs and why are they important. So basically a phrasal verb is a verb. Obviously the verb part has to be there. The name itself is saying that it is a phrasal verb. So the verb part though has to be there. Now together with the verb, what do we have in a phrasal verb? So a phrasal verb is a mixture of a verb plus a adverb or a preposition, or sometimes both also. So it is the meaning may or may not be obvious from the phrasal verb itself. In fact, the individual verbs and the phrasal verbs will have different meanings also sometimes. I mean, look as general is a verb, but look down basically means that somebody is not thinking very highly of you. So look down, down is now your preposition, and here it changes the whole thing. So somewhere or the other, a phrasal verb may or may not have exact same meaning as the verb that it represents, and that is what makes it tricky. Now, why are phrasal verbs important basically is because phrasal verbs are there in error correction, sentence correction questions, fill in the blanks questions, etc. Also use a lot of phrasal verbs. So you might be asked to fill in the correct verb or match the correct verb with its meaning. Or for error spotting, you might just need to identify the correct one or the wrong one. So if you are comfortable with your phrasal verbs, then part of your grammar and vocabulary both get fulfilled, and that is the good part of it. All right, so let us look at some more examples. Now here, if you look at the example with look, so we were talking about look down. Now look up, look down is to think of somebody in a bad manner, whereas look up is to respect somebody. So to idolize somebody is to look up to that person. Then go, with go you can have go in, go out, go around, go under, go over, and many more things. Go to the market, go to the mall, etc. And then I'm speaking to you, so speak to is a phrasal verb, right? I'm speaking about phrasal verb, so speak about is also a phrasal verb. And you are listening to me, so listen to, speak to, all of these also are phrasal verbs. All right. Let's look at some more examples. Now come. Come is a very common verb. Together with come, now here if we look at uh, what all verbs, what all prepositions can be added with come to make phrasal verbs. So let us look at them one by one. First of all, now with come we have, so come upon. So come upon basically means something that is affecting, something that is happening to somebody. So like here we have taken an example that, I pray that no harm will come upon you. Now in these days of coronavirus and all of these things, we all pray that no harm will come upon anybody. So come upon basically will mean to affect, to befall, to happen to something or somebody. So in this case, come upon basically to happen, to befall. Okay, then the next one, come into. Now come into is a factor. Come into can also mean enter a room, like come into the room. Like if I'm saying you are knocking on the door and I say please come into the room. So that means to come inside. Whereas come into also means a factor of something. Like here we have used money doesn't come into it, means money is not involved in it. Or my family doesn't come into my work, means my family is not a factor in my work. It is not involved in my work. All right. Then come on. Come on is to progress, to develop. The new garden is coming on nicely. My studies are coming on nicely. Means you are doing a good job of something. And come on also you can ask somebody to come with you. So you say just come on, let's go, right? Come on, let's go. So that's also how you could use this one. Then the next one, come out. Now come out is normal, come out of your room, come out in. So come out in basically means to be affected by something. So he's come out in sports, means he is doing very well in sports. All right, so he's come out in sports, or affected. So come out in sports here would mean also a disease. So he's come out in some disease. So affected by. Whereas if you say ask somebody just come out, let's go. So come on, let's go, or come out, let's go. So come out of your room, right? Then come apart. Come apart is to break, to separate. My old furniture is all coming apart. So old furniture is coming apart means the furniture is breaking down, right? So if you have an old chair or an old table and the legs and all are shaking of the table or the chair, then it is coming apart. So you say my chair is coming apart. Then come across. Come across is to find something, and usually by chance, by accident. So I came across my friend when I went to the railway station, or I came across my friend when I went to the shopping mall, or I came across my friend when I went to the college. So either ways, when by chance you find something or meet somebody whom you were not expecting, so then you would use the phrasal verb come across. All right. Then come round. Come round is to recover. Now come out in was to get affected by something, and if you come around means that you have recovered. So he came around after he was unconscious. He came around after an hour, after he fell unconscious, right? So a person became unconscious and then he gained consciousness about an hour, after an hour. So then we would use come around. All right. And come around to my house also. Sometimes you can invite somebody also. So in that case also we could use this phrasal verb. Coming to the next one. Now phrasal verb kick. Kick is a very common phrasal verb again. So kick around. Kick around is to basically to bully people or to abuse or speak badly about something, either physically or um, verbally. If you are behaving badly, then you are kicking around. So the child was kicking around, he was behaving badly. Or in the college maybe you have a person who's always trying to dominate others. So he's always kicking around means the bully is always kicking around means he's behaving badly with people. Okay. Then kick up. Kick up is to raise, to increase the price of something. So the rent has been kicked up again means it has been raised again. Okay. Then kick back. Kick back is just relaxing. So in these days of the virus, you can't do anything, just kick back and relax. Means you just relax, don't do anything, you know. Just keep at home, be at home and then relax. Then kick down. Kick down is to break or demolish something. So he kicked down the toy that the children had made. So by physically, if you just break something, and especially by your leg or something, then you are kicking down, you're breaking something. Okay, so like your child, some child has made a small house, toy house or something, and the elder brother or sister comes and just kicks it down, so just breaks it. Okay, demolishes it or breaks it. Then kick in. Kick in is to start effect or take effect. So to connect, so you say the medicine has started kicking in, means the medicine has started taking effect. So like you take a medicine and then it takes around half an hour to 1 hour for the medicine to take effect. So you say the effect is now kicking in, means the effect has now started happening. Then kick off. Kick off is to launch. So, this project is going to get, let's kick off this project, right? Means let's start this project. So, kick off is to start something and definitely something positive. Then, kick off also is to die or quit. So, you say that this person is going to kick off soon, means he might be dying or he might be leaving or something, quitting or something like that. All right. So, these were some of the phrasal verbs that we were doing today. The next one is break. Now break can be used again in different ways. So break up. Break up is to end a relationship. Now this is a very very common phrasal verb. Break up is to end a relationship. We always talk about that they just broke up, means they are no longer in a relationship. So she broke up with her friend or she broke up with a boyfriend last week or something like that. Then break away. Break away is to become separated. Okay, so become separated from something. So the chunk of rock broke away from the cliff, means it just got separated. Okay, then he's broken away from the company, means he is separated from the company. Breakdown. Breakdown is to cease to function. Some machine has broken down or the car has broken down, right? So if the car has broken down, that means there's a problem in your vehicle. So there's a breakdown in the car. Okay. Then breakdown also is to digest. So it took a while for the enzymes to break down the food. So break down into smaller particles means to digest the food, into smaller parts, break it down and digest the food. So in that sense also breakdown could be used. Then break even. Now break even again we use a lot, especially in the terms of business. You say my business is at a break even point, means your cost and your the revenue that you are earning is almost similar, so it's balancing. So you are neither getting any profit nor a loss. So no profit, no loss situation is the break even point. So the break even point for any business is because after that if you earn, then you will earn profits. So break even is that point wherein you are in a no profit no loss situation. Okay. Then break in is to enter a place by force. So the burglar broke into my friend's house, means the robbers came into your friend's house. They just broke in physically and they entered to to steal or something like that. Break into also means to open. So break in is more of a negative thing, whereas break into is begin to use. So I finally broke into my the cake that had been brought for me. So you started eating it. So you start using something or something like that. So you break into something. Okay, and then break out. Break out is to escape, right? So they broke out of prison. The prisoners broke out of prison means they escaped out of prison. Okay. So these were some of the phrasal verbs that we were doing today, and let's move on to the next one, right? So, all right. Right, so as I told you, please subscribe and make sure that you have hit the like button so that you can just, you know, get notifications about the Unacademy process. and the classes and things that are being held. And again, a quick reminder, I am doing a lot of plus courses on Unacademy. You can use my code mus.yt to get a 10% discount on the plus courses. And you can subscribe to me, just hit a follow button on my profile, and you will be getting the latest updates about my sessions. All right. So having said this, let's move on to the next set of phrasal verbs for today. Okay, now bed. Bed down is to sleep somewhere less comfortable than normal. So like if you're traveling somewhere, so just bed down wherever you find place. Means you're going to just go and stay at a place which may or may not be as comfortable to the normal thing that you are going for. Okay, so the normal place where you sleep, the bed down is to sleep at a place which is less, lesser than that. Then the next one, bed down also becomes to become established and successful. This finally bedded down means finally got adjusted. Bed out is to move a plant outside. So you bed out your plants means you're moving them outside, you're doing your gardening outside. Okay. Then belong. Now belong is also a verb. So with that, if you add a belong to is a member. I belong to my community, I belong to my nation, means you're a member of your family, of your nation, etc. So you belong to. I belong to this particular state, right? And belong to will also be connected to a time, place, belief or something. So like if you belong to a particular state of Maharashtra or Uttar Pradesh or Bihar or Jharkhand or Orissa or Karnataka or Kashmir, wherever, so you belong to that place, you're connected to that place. Okay. Then belong with basically means that these things have to be kept together. So my so you say that the pen belongs with the eraser and the sharpener. So you want to put those things together. The cookery items belong with the other utensils in the kitchen. Means it has to be put there. Alright, this is a part of that thing, it has to be put there. So those were the phrasal verbs with belong. Then belt. Belt out is to sing something loudly, or to he belted out a song. He belted out an impromptu song, means suddenly the person started singing. Belt up is to be quiet. Belt up is also to be tied down, to be quiet. So fasten your seat belts. So belt up also means to fasten your seat belts, to be tied down to a place, to sit static at a place and not move. So fasten your seat belt, and belt up also be quiet. Whereas belt out is to sing loudly or to say something loudly, usually a song sort of a thing. Okay, then bend down. Now bend down, lower the top half of your body, or bending down. So you bend down to pick up the paper that has fallen, or you bend down to pick up your shoes, you bend down to pick up something that is on the ground, right, lower than you. Bend over is also to lower the top part of your body, but then you bend over something. So he had to bend over his chair to reach the table that was kept on the other side. So now in this case, the chair is here and the table is on this side. Now if the person is on the other side, so he has to bend over the chair to get to that table and pick up something. All right. Then bend over backwards. Now bend over backwards basically means when you are going out of the way, when you are doing something excess or extra to help or please somebody, then you are bending over backwards. You are doing that extra thing. So when my boss came to my house, I bent over backwards to make him happy. Or when my father, mother were visiting me, I bent over backwards to make them comfortable and happy when they were visiting my place. So you go out of the way, you do something extra to please that person. Okay, so you bend over backwards. Then the next one, block in. Now block in basically means when you park a car and you obstruct something else. So you just block the passage of something else. So you just blocked in. So my car got blocked in the garage because my neighbor parked his car in front of mine. So now it got blocked inside, or it got blocked in. So, or I have got blocked in because there is a table in front of me and I cannot cross over. And so when a person gets blocked in or a thing gets blocked in, basically something is obstructing its movement or passage, then you say it has got blocked in. Okay. Then block in also is to shade or fill in. So you block in the empty parts. So like if you're doing some painting or sketching, so there you're making a flower and a big leaf. Now the leaf is all, there's no color. So you say just block in the color, means you just shade it in or fill it in so that it's all colored. Block off. Now block off is to obstruct or an exit, or stop people from either coming in or going out. So you blocked off the entrance. So right, say there's a house and the gate is locked, and 10 people are standing outside and they are not letting you go either in or out. So they have blocked off the entrance. You can't enter or exit. And block out also is to stop light. So block out the light means to just stop the light from entering or leaving. So you draw the curtains to block out the light in the morning when you are sleeping or something like that. Okay. Then block out is also when you're trying to block out your emotions, your feelings. You block out a person, you block out a memory, something bad had happened and you just don't want to remember. So you say just block it out. Just block out that feeling, just block out that memory out of your mind. Just don't think about it. So when you are just blacking out a memory and not thinking about it, or just not allowing it to affect you, then you just block out a person, a memory, a feeling, etc. Then block up. Block up basically is to fill up a place so that nothing can pass. So just block up the entrance. Block up the entrance means near the door, put a lot of stuff so that nobody can open it or pass. Okay. Then coming to the next few phrasal verbs. Now here, bog down. So bog down is to make slow progress, or bog down would also be that he was bogged down by the circumstances. So like it's a very good phrasal verb in today's times when there is a coronavirus and everybody is feeling bogged down, the economy is bogged down, we are feeling bogged down in our progress because we are all at home and you're not able to work properly, you're not able to go out, you're feeling down, so you're just feeling negative and the progress is slow, so you are feeling bogged down. Then bog in. Bog in is to just eat very excess. So you got something very good to eat. Say your neighbor gave you a cake or something like that and you really like it. So you said, okay, wow, it's so wonderful, and you just eat very enthusiastically. So you bog in. Then bog into also is to eat. So you just bogged into the food means you're eating very enthusiastically, very, very happily. And if you tell a person bug off or bog off means to get lost, just go away. You're just saying get out, get away, go away, get lost. Then you just say bug off or bog off, right? You just ask the person to go away. Okay. Then the next one. Now boil. So boil down. So boil down basically means to simplify something, reduce to the, so the life today in the days of coronavirus has boiled down to just doing what is important. And we are not going out, we are not doing anything extra that is supposed to be. We are just, life has boiled down to the basic essentials of living and surviving. So this basic essential of living and surviving, life has boiled down to this situation, means it has come to this point wherein everything is just simplified and you just don't have to do anything extra. You just have to try to fight it out and live. Okay. Then boil down to something. Boil down to means amount to, get reduced to. So it has boiled down to the, the fight between the neighbors had boiled down to this situation. Means it has reached that point or reached that situation. So boil down to that number. And maybe sometimes people are negotiating also. So like you want to buy something and you are the buyer and the other person is a seller. So that person is quoting a price and then you're saying no, you should reduce the price and all. So it boils down to a particular number on which both of you agree. So finally what it amounts to will be that. Okay. Then boil over. Boil over is something that we always witness whenever you are making, you're boiling milk or making tea or something. So you're boiling milk or boiling water. What happens? If you just move away once, the milk just boils over the vessel and just dirties everything, makes everything untidy and dirty. And this always happens with milk. If you've boiled milk anytime and you just look away, just for you've been looking at it and watching over it, and just as you look away, it just boils over and you know it just spills over. So boil over will be first case will be when a hot liquid like milk etc just spills out of the container because it boils out of it, right? And boil over also means that when people become very angry and lose their temper, and they become very negative and start fighting with each other. So it boiled over, his anger boiled over means he became very, very angry, right? So then also you would use this phrasal verb boil over. Okay. And boiling, the normal process for boiling, we know we always use the word boil for the kitchen and to heat the water, the boiler, etc. Okay. Then the next few words, boil up. Boil up is to feel a negative emotion strongly. So, his anger boiled up or his emotions boiled up. So, like somebody is really, really angry with somebody, and you say, I'm like boiling up, means you are getting so angry with something or somebody, and just you are not able to contain your emotion. So, then you say, I'm just boiling up. I don't know, I'm getting so angry, right? And the normal word for boil up, basically the meaning will be when you're cooking something to a boiling point. So boil up the liquid, like we say, boil up the this if you're making soup, so boil up the water and then put the powder or put something to cook. So boil up something, boil up the vegetables, boil up the water, boil up the milk. Milk and water are two very, very common things which we are boiling all the time and using all the time, right? So these were some of the words, the phrasal verbs that I wanted to discuss with you today. And obviously there are so many more phrasal verbs which are there and which you should be revising and doing. So there's a very good resource. You could just get it from the online sources, or you could do the list of phrasal verbs from my book. And the CAT till 2013 was giving questions on phrasal verbs. They were giving usage based questions on phrasal verbs. And as I told you, phrasal verbs also come in error spotting, sentence correction, and fill in the blanks kind of question. So sometimes that, IFT, all these non-CAT exams, which have fill in the blanks and error spotting kind of questions, they make a lot of usage of phrasal verbs. Especially, and if you're giving GMAT, etc., also, then sentence correction is an important chapter in that. And phrasal verbs, they will not come in the form of phrasal verbs, but they will come in the form of wrong sentence or something like that, which you have to correct, right? So phrasal verbs becomes an important chapter. Make sure that you are just knowing the proper usage of those phrasal verbs. You don't have to memorize them, रटना नहीं है उसको, बट उसका यूजेज, उसका करेक्ट यूजेज कौन सा किस तरह से यूज़ होता है वो जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बिकॉज इफ़ यू डोंट नो इट देन यू माइट मार्क अ रॉन्ग आंसर. और अगर आपको पता है तो it is a very, very easy way to score marks, especially in the non-CAT exams like IFT में, ZAT में and MAT में. What happens is that they would give you a fill in the blank question. You have to fill it with the correct preposition, verb, phrasal verb, etc. So this keeps coming all the time. So if you are comfortable with that, then you can score the marks very, very easily. And that is what all of us want to do. We want to score well, and we want to do well in the exam, right? So phrasal verbs, idioms and phrases and all of these things really help you to score well in those simple word level questions or sentence level questions that are there. So again, as a reminder, I would ask you to hit the like button on the Unacademy tab and just share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, and together with it, share it with your friends. These are all free sessions that we are taking, and I'm taking a lot of sessions on the plus courses. As you know, I've been teaching for the CAT for a very long time now, almost 20 years, 18 to 20 years, and I'm very well known for the book that I've written, Verbal Ability and Reading Comprehension for CAT. So I'm teaching live on Unacademy in the plus courses. Also, I'm doing a lot of free courses on the special courses for Unacademy. So just come to Unacademy, come to my profile, hit the follow button on my page, and you will get access to the latest free courses that I am doing, and you will get notifications of all the plus courses also that I am doing. And in fact, in the plus courses, you use the promo code mus.yt and you get a 10% discount if you are using my promo code, and you will get access. So if you're subscribing for a month or 2 months and you're using the promo code, what happens is you are getting access to not just my classes, you're getting access to all the educators in that segment. So like if you are preparing for the CAT and you are using my promo code, and you subscribe to the plus courses, so not just my sessions, you will get access to all the teachers teaching for CAT during that period of your subscription. That is the best part of Unacademy, wherein you can pick and choose. Okay, I started learning with Meenakshi Upadhyay ma'am, but now I see other teachers are also there. So I can do some classes on quants also, DI also, verbal also, RC also, many more things. So that is the best part of Unacademy, which gives you that access. Once you subscribe for the plus courses, you get access to all the teachers who are teaching for that segment. So if it's a CAT or a UPSC or a bank PO, and actually you can use my promo code for any of the plus subscriptions, CAT and other courses also. All right. So that was all for today, and I will have another session on YouTube next week. So make sure that you are there 24th, 26th. I will have my YouTube sessions between 24th to 26th, 24, 25, 26. I'll be having 2 YouTube sessions, and we will be discussing some vocabulary based topics like these idioms, phrases, and all of those, which I was doing the last time also with you. So make sure that you are logged in, and 8:30 is the time that I take my sessions. So do log in, and I'll be happy to have you come for my class and we'll learn together. All right. So ending the session now. Thank you very much, and good night, and all the best.